Huge news as new pitchers are being called out for proof that AH is faking injuries, as a brand new round of PR puff pieces seem to go very, very wrong. See, in September, people were told about a hip injury. You know, one that supposedly happened while training for the New York City Marathon. And now, well, let's just say some people think she should try out for a new X-Men movie because, hey, healing factor plus 10. Now, you and I, we're going to talk about this today. And we are talking about pitchers where the crutch just goes away because, hey, gotta fix that makeup there. Amazing stuff. Like I said, we are going to discuss it. There's a bunch here. This really is fun times. This is fun times indeed. All right, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. So people are talking about this proof that AH, well, she may be faking injuries as a lot, and I do mean a lot of pitchers show her, well, with a crutch. But this crutch, yeah, it's kind of amazing how it works. See, back in September, Page 6 put out this, complete with pictures. Quote, AH hobbles. You know, she's hobbling here with crutches in Madrid after nasty injury from training for New York City Marathon. Now, if you look at the pictures, too, you'll notice, can't get around, got 2 crutches here, got a wrist brace as well. And in fact, I mean, this is played up in this article. You have them over and over again. Showcases, yeah, she can't move. She can't do anything except pose, of course. She can pose for photographs, but look at her. I mean, she's having problems. But not to worry at all, as the Daily Mail tells us. Why? Well, they spot AH out. Oh, yeah, she's walking with a crutch. Not crutches anymore, but with a crutch while carrying her kid now. You know, with a hip injury here, as she and her family and her sister get out in Madrid. Now, what is amazing about this is that this is a puff piece that seems to go incredibly wrong. I mean, you can see that it's talking about, ooh, look at these movies. Oh, look how she's dressed, while also mentioning the idea of hip injury. You can see it here. Aquaman star who injured her hip while training for the New York City Marathon. And well, let's just say if pictures are worth 1,000 words, these say a lot. You go from, hey, I can't support weight. I'm having to walk like this, so I don't have to lock my leg in. I've got a terrible hip injury. To this, hey, I can support weight. I can lock my hip in. I mean, that seems fascinating, right? I mean, when you look at this, too, the shoes, they stay the same. That's one thing that stayed there, along with one crutch. So, no more hobbling, I guess, unless, well, you're hobbling, but no more hobbling with 2 crutches. Plus, you notice the wrist brace, the brace that, by the way, you had one on this arm. At the film festival before, you had it on this arm here. This one was supposed to be from swatting flies. Yeah, now you have a bunch of pictures like this. Again, you'll notice no problem, no discomfort. You can see the smiling and more. And this is getting called out and heavily. Now, that's nothing compared to the playground pictures, where essentially you get photographs at first of her standing around mugging. I mean, you can see that there too. Hey, going to take this down to the ground. In fact, notice she actually reaches. She's going to unhook the brace that she's supposed to be utilizing here. Why? So she can bend all the way. I mean, again, she's bending hip flex all the way down. Notice, all smiles, no discomfort whatsoever in doing that. Then we get some more mugging for the camera. Oh man, look at me standing here. Yeah, got that. Wait a minute, I'm all the way down again. And this is where it really gets fascinating to me, because the hip injury becomes a foot injury in their notations. At one point, she is seen squatting down despite her injured foot to be at eye level with her kid. I mean, again, okay, foot injury. All right, let's try to go with that. Wait a minute. When we're looking at this, you'll notice, look at her foot here. Her foot It doesn't have to be flat. I'm going back to that in just a second, but look here. Not flat at all. In fact, she's curving that off the ground. Yeah, hip injury, foot injury, doesn't seem to really matter. The only thing, I'm going to hold on to this for a second here. And notice, don't have to hold on to it all the time. Sometimes you can actually stop, move the crutch to another side. You can actually move it along while you adjust your makeup. I mean, that's an amazing injury. Again, man, it gets absolutely wild. Now, what's funny is when this is pointed out too, when they actually notice, wait a minute, she's given up the crutch totally. She's not using it all. They say, well, later on, she was seen leaning against something as she squatted without the support of the crutch. Leaning against something? Okay, I mean, that's supposed to fix all of your problems. Even if she's leaning on this thing, that's supposed to fix all issues whatsoever. Yeah, you see why people have been calling this thing out. Because again, if it isn't a mutant power, she's not part of the X-Men. She's not going to play Wolverine. I'm not sure exactly what to tell you here. Yeah, it's fascinating that it's supposed to be a hype piece. Plus, I think it's supposed to be a deflection piece, keeping you from talking about the Rocket Man's book in which he talks about her. I did videos on that. But instead, everybody's talking about these pictures here. I mean, if you look at them, hey, we're moving along. We're moving along quite well, in fact. We can go anywhere. We can go to the playground. We can go through town. Hey, it doesn't matter. We can get around despite those injuries. Yeah, I mean, look at these pictures here. Again, they included a lot of them. You can see, I mean, there are a bunch out on the town. Again, no discomfort while walking, no issues whatsoever. In fact, she forgets a lot of times to pay attention to what she's doing with the crutch. That's what it looks like there. Oh, yeah, I'm favoring. Wait, I'm not favoring and more. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? I mean, in just a few short weeks, we go from this here. Again, barely getting along. You have the wrist brace. The wrist brace, it follows up another wrist braced episode where at a film festival, she said, oh, I was swatting flies. I had to have one on the other side. Now she has one there to, again, full range of motion. Sometimes not needing a brace, sometimes needing a brace. Yeah, fascinating. You see why people have been talking about this, right? But anyway, let me know what you think about this. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Can't say that enough. Want to help out the channel, by the way? Links are in the description. We could definitely use your help sometime, so spread this everywhere too. And thank you. Gonna end here thanking you.